In Doc Connor's lab, Hank Pym and Peter Parker are caught in an explosion. It seems that some combustive chemicals became mixed by accident. They were investigating some American Indian drugs for the government, and thankfully those drugs are safe, but now they need to clean the place up, with the help of Orky the dog. As they start the cleanup, there's a knock on the door. It's a gangster who wants the drugs that Curt Connors has, and he's kidnapped Billy Connors, Kurt's son, to get them. Although I'll point out here that no one in this comic calls him Billy. His own mother calls him Timmy Connors, and Hank calls him Bobby. But it's Billy. Hank Pym and Peter Parker are told to bring the drugs to Eagleneck Point at 10 o'clock or the kid gets it. We're reading every Spider-Man ever, and this is Marvel Feature Issue 4, The Incredible Shrinking Doom. But Hank and Peter have other plans. Hank shrinks down to Ant-Man and hops a lift on Orky the dog up to Eagleneck Point, and Peter Parker takes the car there, getting there first and stalling the gangsters until Ant-Man can catapult himself at one of them and command ants to climb all over another. But their ambush is thwarted when one of the gangsters grabs Billy and holds him at gunpoint, and our two heroes have to turn themselves in. They're taken to the gangsters' base, where they see the machines that the gangsters plan to use to synthesize the drugs that they're after. They also learn that Billy has been injected with an illness that will kill him if he doesn't get an antidote, and so Curt Connors better hurry up with those drugs. Unfortunately for all involved, Billy Connors has escaped, driven away in a car. The gangsters have lost their bargaining chip, and Billy might lose his life. Peter Parker suggests that they send Hank Pym after Billy and hold Peter hostage, and the villains think that that's a great idea with one extra detail. Both Hank and Peter will also be injected with the illness, giving them incentive to come back. And so, post-injection, Hank hops on his dog and races to the rescue of Billy Connors, finding the boy trapped in a hole. But when Hank tries to grow back to normal size, he finds that he can't, that whatever he was injected with is affecting his powers. So instead, still small, he lowers a rope down, ties it around a dying Billy, and gets his dog to pull them both to safety. Then, with the dog working the pedals and Ant-Man working the steering wheel, they begin the drive back. Elsewhere, with Hank gone and no one watching him, Peter Parker no longer needs to play the hostage. He easily breaks out of the ropes with his spider strength, and as Spider-Man, he swings down and easily dispatches almost every gangster. Unfortunately, the one that runs away is the one with the antidote. But fortunately, that gangster flees outside just as Ant-Man arrives, and Hank is able to stop him with a carefully placed nail and a command to his dog. Hank takes the antidote inside and finds Peter Parker still tied up, telling fake stories about how Spider-Man somehow knew about this gang and came to bust them all up. Then, Peter, Billy, and Hank all take the antidote, and Peter drives Billy to the hospital, worried that something is bothering Hank. And something is bothering Hank. Even though he's cured, Hank still can't grow back to normal size. Thanks for watching, and thanks to my patrons listed here for supporting the channel. Next week, Kraven trains the Gibbon to take down Spidey, but until that issue, here's a fun fact about this one. Hank Pym stays tiny until issue 10 of this series, where he learns that Dr. Nemesis was one of the gang members in this issue, and therefore knows the cure to his condition.